Hello, Taurus. It is time for your mid-January update. We're going to start off with an oracle card, as usual, for your primary energy or theme for the month. And this is for January 2025. And you have, gotta get the glasses down so I can read this. Vigilance. Vigilance. Stay vigilant. I don't know if there's something going on or has been going on for a while, and maybe you've started to relax a little bit about it. This is saying maintain that vigilance. Do not let something get by. Why is that? What am I feeling here? I'm feeling a sense of a little bit of anxiousness and maybe like you've been drifting away from something and you need to focus back in. You need to keep your eye on the ball. You need to stay in the perimeter, if that makes sense, of this thing, of this person. You don't necessarily need to be right next to them or anything like that, but you need to stay in the loop. Stay in the loop, stay within that circle, or keep orbiting them, or I don't know if it's a work situation or a personal situation, but you want to stay in the orbit so that you can keep tabs on things. And you may have missed something, so double check things right now. Ask some questions. Because you know in particular what it is. It feels like this could be several things across all of you. So if it has to do with another person, maybe check in with their caretakers, with their, if you're not the parent, with their parents in some way. Ask them how things are going. Have they looked up whatever, something you may have recommended that they do? Have they taken any steps to take action on something specific? I don't know if it has to do with a behavior issue or something else. You know what? This could be a behavior issue regardless of the type of connection this is. So this could have to do with a work thing. It could have to do with a relative. It could have to do with a neighborhood kid or somebody in the neighborhood. It could have to do with a grandparent, etc., etc., etc. Stay in the loop. You're the one that can make a difference here as long as you're paying attention. So stay vigilant. You know who this is and you know what the concerns are. So don't be afraid to step in and ask questions. Your participation, your vigilance is what's going to help tip things in favor for the outcome or for a positive outcome. Because other people may be missing this piece that's occurring to you or this thing that only you can really see about the situation. They need your input or your viewpoint or the things that you observe by staying vigilant. All right, we got there eventually. Now let's see what your tarot cards have to say about this situation. We have the Seven of Pentacles, the Knight of Wands, the Devil, the Chariot, and the Two of Swords. So we're starting off here. I mean, I'm kind of getting a vibe, but it's still a little bit scattered when I look at the overall thing. I guess I could go through quickly and say somebody needs to be doing some analysis. They're going to need to act quickly, but they don't have a lot of experience in this area, so they could make mistakes. And they may be tempted to take the easy way, to just skim through, to not read the fine print. And once things get in motion, it's going to move very, very quickly, and it's going to end with having to make a tough decision. Or maybe wanting to avoid making the tough decision, but they need to make it. So that's the quick thing for this. To get into each card individually, Seven of Pentacles, it's an earth element. It's also, the Seven of Pentacles in particular is about taking a look at things, evaluating things, trying to determine what's working and what isn't working. And this is where you may really come in here to offer some insight from things that you have seen. What's working, what isn't, what needs to change, what just needs to be gotten rid of, what needs to be added. Evaluation, assessment. Assessment is needed. A very thorough assessment is needed. Come in with all the questions, or they should be coming in with all the questions, and this may be where you can advise somebody. Perhaps that's what's going on, is you're advising somebody on the steps that they need to take to address an issue with this other person. And you know what questions to ask, you know what things to look for. So they need your advice or your guidance in this area. And that's what's happening right here. Now, this person here, I'm picturing them as the Knight of Wands. This is what I assume it feels like them. Let's put it that way. The person who needs your help to deal with the other person. They're very passionate about this. They're very excitable about it. They really, really want to help, and they've read some books about it, but they don't know the nuances. They don't necessarily know the legalities or the other things, the facts and the figures. And they may also be one who, once they make a decision, boom, they're off with it, regardless of how it might impact others. So they're not necessarily taking the time to do that thorough evaluation before they take the leap. So they're rushing in to save the day, but trampling all, let's say if it is a garden, but trampling on all the flowers on the way through. So they need a way, or you may need a way to rein them in and really have them get in touch. Maybe, I think you need to get them to, well, you'll need to get them to focus. And again, it may be your experience or sharing your experience with them that helps pull them back a little bit and helps them recognize the potential pitfalls that they'll have to face. But if they're not asking you questions, that's where the vigilance maybe is really, really coming in. If you're coaching them or helping them along the way, you're going to have regular meetings with them, and you may have to enforce those regular meetings, because it's for the benefit of the person they're trying to care for, the person that they're passionate about helping. So they need to be willing to pace themselves and pay attention and follow your advice. The trouble is, we have the Devil card here. They may also want to take the shortcuts, want to take the perceived easy way. They may want to just not read the fine print, may not want to ask additional questions, may not want to do the background checks, may not want to do all of the nitty-gritty stuff you have to do in this situation. And they might just want to sign the papers and say, okay, it's taken care of, when in fact they probably put this other person maybe into a tougher situation or have caused some other issues, or maybe even signed something away that they cannot retrieve. They need to be reading the fine print. They need to be paying attention. They need to be asking the questions. They need to be playing hardball here and trying not to coast. And that might be the biggest challenge here, is they will be tempted to do that. If somebody offers them something, like, I'll take care of it for you, you don't have to worry about that. They should not be deceived. And you, again, your vigilance coming in here is going to help them see this, help them pay attention. And literally, I think you're like walking them through and really holding them back, all for that one person, the other person that's involved and that may be impacted here. So grab your patience. Grab your patience. Now, once things get through and once things have been settled, and then now the papers are signed and things are working out, right? Fingers crossed. They took your advice and they paid attention and they made some good decisions here. Once they sign that on the dotted line, once everything is set in place, it takes off. It goes quickly. That's what the Chariot represents here. Once you make that decision, make it with your heart. Make it in the best interests of everybody involved. Boom. It's taken care of. Boom. You're off to the races. It's settled. It is not settled. It is in motion. Things will get put into motion very quickly. If this is somebody you've been trying to get this job for, or get them hired or something like that, get them into a school, get them into, maybe it's a senior, something like, get them into a home, get their estate taken care of. Whatever this is here, once you get everything ready and you sign that on the dotted line, then immediately, for example, that grandparent gets moved to this place, their things are taken care of, they have the funds to take care of these things, their appointments get set, and boom, 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 things keep moving on. If it's somebody getting somebody a job, it's like, boom, they may start really fast, much quicker than anticipated. Maybe you sign that and they say, okay, they can come in tomorrow. Whoa, that's fast. Get, they can start work. They can get their computer set up. Everything is going to flow very smoothly and again, very quickly. And then we come to this Two of Swords at the end of the month. There's another decision out there. So now that this has been straightened out, there's another decision facing you on what it is you want to do now. What it is you want to do next with this situation. How far back do you want to step? Do you want to cut yourself off from this now so it's no longer your problem? Or you feel like you've left things in a good state and for now everything is good, so you can put it on the back burner and you don't have to be so vigilant anymore? You've done as much as you can? Or do you take on more responsibility or another case like this? Do you want to do this again? Do you enjoy doing this? That's what this feels like. It's that kind of a choice. Yeah. And it's a tough decision to make because this did involve a bit of stress, a little bit of anxiety, a little bit of frustration, maybe with this person, getting them to focus and stay on track and pay attention and do the right thing. But you got there. But that was tough. Is this something you want to do again? How passionate are you about this thing? Do you want to continue pursuing this type of thing or not? This decision is purely up to you. It does not have to make any logical sense. Maybe through the stress of it all, there is an immense feeling of satisfaction, of accomplishment, and having gotten the right thing done for this other person. And this is something you want to do again. Or maybe it was stressful as heck, and yes, you got them in the right place, but it drained the heck out of you, and no, you don't want to do this anymore. You need to make this decision for you. And again, it does not have to make logic. This can be based on how you feel about it, not whether it makes sense or not whether it's the right thing to do or not. How do you feel about it? Trust yourself here. That's the right decision for you. You know what it is, and it's okay to make that choice. All right, Taurus, that is what I have for you for your mid-January update. A lot going on in those last few weeks. Good luck. Give yourself some time to breathe, and you'll be fine. All right. Please hit that like button. Please share this with others. Please comment below to let me know if you resonate with this or not. And because the YouTube algorithm likes it that way, or likes comments, that's what we mean. And most of all, please subscribe to help me grow my channel. Oh, and thank you so much for watching, and I will talk to you later.